everyone. We just got set down in the blind. The wind's not totally right for this evening, but we'll just keep all the windows shut and it should be fine. This buck, we don't have a name for him, but he's real nice, probably 130-inch 8-pointer. He's real wide and thick, but it's short tined, and I actually laid eyes on him yesterday in person. I jumped him up feeding cattle. He was bedded down in the plum thicket, and he looked pretty nice, bigger than I thought he looked in the trail cam pictures. But this morning he was here just 15 minutes before legal shooting light, so we're hoping that he breaks that tonight and he comes in daylight. We can get a shot at him. Such a weird feeling to be behind the deer that, I've said so many prayers about. I've looked at so many trail cam pictures of them, hundreds and hundreds of pictures of them over the past 2 years, so it's a strange feeling almost to actually see him in person, let alone be behind him. I see THICKLEY.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Caden. Come on.
Dude. Oh my gosh, yes. That is THICKLEY. That's 2 years of history.
Oh my.
Well guys, we just got set down at the blind. And I'm sweating pretty bad. It is hot in here. This blind is fully insulated, walls, ceiling, floor, so in the early season it gets pretty toasty, but it's nice to have during late season. But like I was saying earlier, we're after a pretty large buck today. He would be probably my second biggest buck ever in my life if I could get an arrow in him. And I actually jumped him up last year. I saw him one time in person and I wasn't hunting, so I got a good look at him there in person. I've never actually laid eyes on him while hunting, so it's a miracle he's still alive. This place gets hunted so much around it by all the neighbors, and come rifle season, I doubt he survives, so that's why we're here on October, early and late season. We're trying to get him down before the rifle drops him. Well, I just checked the camera, south place. Come here a little midday run, throw some more corn out, check all the cameras, and sadly, THICKLEY has not been here in the past 4 days. Hasn't been here during the night, during the day at all. There's zero trace of him. He is not to be found, and it's depressing. It's kind of shocking. I thought he was actually starting to be a patternable deer. He was just now becoming consistent, but I mean, with the rut, right around the corner, it doesn't surprise me he's not here, which it wouldn't surprise me, if he came back tonight in daylight. So you just never know. Mature deer are so difficult to hunt in this time of the year, so it's a nice day out today. It's going to be a north wind this evening, which can hunt here, or I might hunt at Newberry. Maybe since THICKLEY's not here, I think Newberry's the move. So we're going to finish throwing out some corn everywhere, pull all the cards and check everything, but I feel like we're gonna end up at Newberry tonight. Well, it is now the 15th, and back in the same spot, same blind. Had a pretty exciting night last night. I think we had 4 does coming here and then ride at last light. I looked up with my binos, and little buck came in here, and he was grunting like crazy, something like I've never heard in real life before. It was pretty cool, even though he was just a little bitty 8-point, but it was pretty cool. He chased these does around for probably 10 minutes, and then it got pretty dark, and I was able to slip out of the blind without causing too much damage. But put a lot more corn out today and checked the cameras again. Neither Thickley or Milo were here at all during the night, which kind of sucks, but November 15th, so you really never know what's going to happen, other than it is extremely hot again today. It is high 70s, low 80s, just terrible for the rut, but you never know, so back at it.
Well, everyone, it is the 17th, and doing a little something different today. We are back at South Place, but normally we're sitting in the tower blind that we have just over here, but the wind was not very good for it. It's a southwest wind, so it's hitting me in the face from this direction, and from the tower blind it would almost be going to all the corn pretty much right in the middle of the food plot. So I could have probably got away with it, just sat in there and had all the windows shut real tight until, it dies down later. But with it being like 78 degrees, shut those windows in there in that little black room does not sound very fun. So came here earlier today around noon, checked the card. Sadly, no signs of Thickley or Milo, but you never know. So I've been looking at this tree for a while now. I've never actually done this before. I've just wanted to for a while, but had a good wind for it today. Like I said, southwest, so it's coming like this. And put some steps up earlier, and here we are saddling out of it. So I don't have a real big window at the food plot, but we scattered this corn just pretty much everywhere throughout the food plot just to try to make it as natural as possible for these big mature deer. So, I can shoot pretty much the whole middle of it. Where I shot moose a few years ago, I could easily shoot them right now. It'd be probably a 40-yard shot to the fence, but I could get it done. And then last year, I'd have done absolutely anything to be sitting, saddling out of this tree. When Steve came in, I messed that up because he jumped the fence right here about, it's probably 30 yards to my left, and he walked right under this tree because he followed the outline of the food plot. And I could have shot him right here. It'd been a 5-yard shot. So, but well, I'd have done anything to be saddling like this last year. But we all make mistakes. It's how we get better as hunters. So, trying something new today. Feels good to be back in nature.
I see THICKLEY, guys. We just had 2 does. They ate for probably around 10 minutes. They just now walked off, but it's the next day, and this morning actually I gotta go back to college in like 2 hours, so won't be able to sit for super long, but first time back after actually seeing THICKLEY in person while hunting. He was just standing, probably 150 to 200 yards away. I could have shot him so easy with a gun. He was just making a scrape, just out there in the wide open. And he just stood there for like a couple minutes. And I could instantly tell that it was a buck because how big his body was. So I put up the binos, and immediately I could tell it was THICKLEY. And he started making that scrape, and he just stood there for a couple minutes. And I grunted and snort-wheezed, and he looked right up in my direction, and then just came like a straight line, just was coming right towards me. I thought he was gonna do exactly what those does just did. Exactly what a lot of the deer do here. They just come from that bottom, and they just jump the fence and come in the food plot. But I think he would have if there were deer already out here. But he walked up close to the fence. He looked all through the food plot in my direction. Didn't see anything, and then he just kept walking down the fence line. And over here by the corner post of the food plot, there's a big nasty plum thicket, and it's super thick. And from the blind, you can't hardly see any of it, so I lost him in that plum thicket. I don't know where he went after that. I'm guessing he just kept walking kind of over that hill and then made his way to the neighbors. But, in a way, it's kind of nice to see him in person and know that he's still alive, even though he hasn't been on the cameras recently. But kind of sucks also not to be able to get a shot on him, because it's not very often you see your target buck in person like that. That's the second time now I've laid eyes on him. One time last year I jumped him up, and then this was the first time actually hunting for him. But It felt good to see him. I came back this morning, knowing he's in the area. I was hoping he might come back through, like those does just did. Those does came from my right. I think that's the same place that THICKLEY went, but I don't know. I knew it would be a matter of time before I laid eyes on THICKLEY, because I've been grinding out this tower blind, and like I've said many times, this spot on this farm there's not a whole bunch of deer. It's super boring to sit in here by yourself. But I knew that if I just kept coming, I would eventually lay eyes on them, because it's just how it is every single year. You know, the cameras are just dead here every year, and then randomly a big buck will just daylight. So it might be the only deer you see in like the whole month of November, but it's usually a pretty big one. Now I've had more luck this year than the past, in just seeing like numbers of deer come in. But I knew that I would see THICKLEY before too long. The problem is, rifle season starts on Saturday, so we only have a couple more days before a lot of these bucks will die. And thinking THICKLEY's time is very limited, considering how many people hunt around here. And I know they're all going to be out there with their rifles on opening day, so with having neighbors like that, it's kind of hard to grow a buck to the maturity of THICKLEY, or to even just get a 5.5-year-old deer. It's not super common around here, just because there's so many hunters that see like a nice 3.5-year-old and they just drop him with the rifle. But I'll be able to hunt again. I think I can come back from college on Friday, I believe. So I'll pretty much just have a day to bow hunt before rifle starts. And I'm not sure what my plan is for opening day of rifle yet. I don't know. I might sit over here on this hill with the rifle, just because I know everyone else is going to be doing it, so why not higher my odds? From that hill up there, you can see the corn, the small food plot, and then that whole bottom, like where THICKLEY was standing last night making that scrape. So even from up there, it would have been an easy shot. So I might have to resort to the rifle. Well, guys, it is our last day of archery before the Orange Army takes over, and a large part of our bucks that we've been following since August will disappear and get shot on opening day. Finally got Dash to come film me. We're all home for Thanksgiving break finally, so as you can tell, it's the coldest it's been so far this whole year, and wind's not really great here, so we're just gonna have to keep the windows shut up, which is fine. Since it's so cold outside, it'll feel better with the windows being shut. But I actually laid eyes on THICKLEY last time I hunted here. It was a couple days ago, I believe, and I grunted, snort wheezed, and he just wasn't messing with it. So he's daylighted last 2 mornings in a row, though. We checked the cameras today, and he was there in broad daylight last 2 mornings in a row. this morning. The wind wasn't very good because I was going to go, but I decided not to, just to stay out. It's gotten slightly better now. It's still not great though, but hopefully he comes back in this evening. We can put an arrow in him before someone shoots him with a rifle tomorrow. Because if we don't get him tonight, I think I'll be back in the morning and I'll join the army. So he'd be the first buck I'd kill in the last 7 years with a rifle, but I'd be willing to break that for THICKLEY just because I have so much history with the deer. But well, we just got set down in the blind. We already had a little buck run by chasing this doe full speed. They didn't actually come in, but they just kind of followed the fence line just to our right over here. And he chased her off out of here. But like I said, THICKLEY's daylighted here the last 2 mornings in a row, just eating corn. He doesn't even seem to care about other deer or chasing does. I think it's got to get later in the year that the bigger mature deer are needing to feed more from chasing so much the past 2 weeks. So hopefully he comes back in this evening. It's the first time he's actually daylighted this year. He daylighted a few times last year, but now he's a lot bigger and he's a lot older, so that means he's a lot smarter too. It's definitely the most history I've ever had with a deer. We have pictures of him last year in full velvet, and we do in this year in full velvet too. And he put on quite a few inches from last year to this year. He went from like a 130-inch mainframe 8-pointer to now probably a 140-inch 9-pointer. So with that, he's gotten a lot smarter too. He keeps disappearing and coming back. So really hoping he comes back in for another bite of corn before someone drops with a rifle tomorrow morning.
Well, it's about 10 o'clock now, and we had some good encounters early on. We had those 2 bucks come in, and then there's a few more does just over here. They never came in though. There was a buck chasing them around, so we never actually got to lay eyes on the buck. So we'll be back this evening. Wind's supposed to switch back to a south wind, so it'll be a lot more doable in this blind without spooking anything. But we haven't yet, anyways. And luckily, we haven't heard a single gunshot today, which is very surprising. It's the first for me hunting here. So probably just come back this evening. Got the rifle and the bow again, and hopefully we lay eyes on THICKLEY. Well, guys, it is about 3 p.m. Dash and I just slipped back into the blind, and it's pretty warm outside. It kind of switched up from this morning. It was pretty chilly, but you couldn't ask for a nicer day to be out in the woods. So hopefully THICKLEY will come in and turn by daylight. We had some rain about a week ago, and it's really got these food plots coming along really well, and they all started to pop and turn green. Just look down all the roads and see all the tracks. They've been in here a lot. Had a pretty cool sit this morning. 2 little bucks come in. One pretty decent, one I recognized from the cameras. One big route time, the other one was broke clean off. We had several does. I'm on this hill over here. They didn't actually come in, but pretty exciting sit. So hopefully we lay eyes on THICKLEY, put an arrow in him before someone kills him with a gun. Is he still there? Okay, I'm shooting him. You ready? Is he still there? Yeah. Can we get up? The Instabro's good. Can we get up there? You're fine. No, he's staring right at us. You ready? You ready? Ready? We're shooting. Good. Good. This one is focus. He's different. I know you're in it. Hold on, you're in it. Did you hear it? Right on him. Oh God, this stupid camera will not focus. He kind of jumped. I thought it would hit him. He acted like it hit him. I didn't hear it. We didn't range it or anything. You just held it straight on him. I aimed. I was like, I shoulder. I think it should have hit him. Hey, how noticeable should it have been, the shot hitting him? I would like to hear it.
Well, guys, we just made it back to the truck. All that happened so fast, I don't even know what to say. THICKLEY came out, and just like what happened the other day, he doesn't come out until right at the end, after sunset, not too far after or before legal light. I look up and I see THICKLEY down in the bottom where he was last time, and I move my bow, move the rifle in front of me, and Dash wasn't able to get the shot on video just because we were in a low light situation, and where he was at from Dash's angle, some branches, brush was in the way.
Yeah, it was not a very good scenario to be trying to film a deer I mean, just the whole thing kind of went down really quick.
It happened so fast. I chambered a bullet. He started walking to the right of us, and then he stops again, and we're guessing him around 150 yards. He was for sure no farther than 200 yards. And I take the safety off, and I got the crosshairs right on him. I take a deep breath.
I'm standing behind him the whole time,
I'm
trying
feeling
to
good.
get the camera focused, and
I'm dead steady. He was kind of quartering towards us, and then before I shot, he kind of turned to, and he started licking his offside shoulder. And so he was giving us a perfect broadside shot. His rack was on the right of him, and I just aimed right where I would with a bow, and you know, we were shooting us suppressed in the deer blind, so we don't have any experience doing that, shooting rifles out of a blind. So the concerning part is we never heard the bullet impact thickly. So that kind of,
we're just hoping that hopefully I don't know, it was loud enough inside the blind whenever he shot that maybe that was the reason we didn't hear it hit. But I mean, in most cases you would have heard.
yeah,
you would
I
have
feel
heard
like
it.
I would have liked to hear it hit him. So not gonna lie, I'm feeling pretty down. Not. I mean, I want to stay positive, but you know, and especially when I hit him, or I don't know if hit him, but when I shot, I watched him through the scope to see how he reacted, and he flicked his tail up in the air, and he took off. He kind of almost jumped, which, you know, I would like to think that's when the bullet hit him, kind of, you know, shocked him, so he jumped a little, flicks his tail up in there and takes off running, is what he did. Now, I don't know if that's just because the shot scared him or if, you know, the bullet hit him, but he took off running, and he went in some really thick stuff. So we slipped out of the blind, just left everything in there, grabbed all the camera gear, quietly made our way back to my truck, and we're heading home right now from the farm. And I texted Colby, and turns out he shot the big 9, one of our different target deer, at a different farm this evening as well with the rifle. But he dropped his, so
It's kind of proving how the rifle thing.
Yeah, it shows you how the rifle. I mean, 2 of our biggest bucks just hopefully died on opening day of rifle, and I bet I've gone almost 30 times this year with my bow, and I go one day with the rifle and I get a shot at them. Now, hopefully I executed with that opportunity, but we're heading back to the house right now, and after Colby gets his the big 9 loaded up, we're gonna meet him back at the house, and I think my dad and everyone's gonna go back out there, and he's gonna fly the drone, and I think it'll be pretty quick whether or not we find him dead, or I guess I missed, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. We just got back to South Place. Dad's setting up the drone and the TV right now, and I'm guessing if he's dead, it'll be pretty quick work on whether or not we find him. So hopefully we do, because I'm not trying to repeat what I did last year here, mess up on a big buck. So this one feels a little different since it was with a rifle, but still, the feeling of uncertainty is not one I enjoy. So hopefully the drone picks up something.
That's it. Yep. Is he dead?
Yeah, he did.
Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. See his big green beam coming? I can't tell if he's a... Yeah, good job.
He's dead.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go. Come on, Caden. Come on.
Dude. Oh my gosh, yes. That is thickly. That's 2 years of history.
Oh my gosh.
Hundreds
Hey,
of bow hunts for him.
what does that say about the rifle?
Yeah, I go one time with the rifle, or I guess I went this morning too, but and he's dead.
Right there.
Dude, uncertain shot. We didn't hear it hit him.
Job.
Bro, the brothers put it down tonight.
Dude.
Let's go.
Colby shot the big
congrats, too.
9.
I mean, I don't know if we mentioned yet, but
We'll do a recovery video.
Colby shot a big 9 at a different farm.
I mean,
And,
the rifles put down some damage already. Opening day. Let's go.
The story of Thickley is officially over.
Oh my
2
gosh.
years, hundreds of pictures,
This bunch of grinding finally pays off. It's got to be around my 30th sit, and the majority of those sits are for that specific deer. Obviously, I'd have loved to have done it with the bow, but after the feeling of uncertainty that I was feeling, like I could throw up, that I don't even care that I shot him with the rifle, honestly. That broke my 7-year streak of only bow hunting,
yeah.
strictly bow hunting, mature bucks. But
You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah,
And he's down.
yeah, yes sir. Dude.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess we'll
Go in there, and I think Dad's trying to drop a pin right now, and go in there and do a recovery on him.
bro, let's go.
I see him, yeah. Dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it's Thickley. I can't believe I'm about to put my hands on him.
And he crashed through here. Get some of this off.
Let's go, Caden. Get behind him there.
Wow. Such a weird feeling to be behind the deer that, you know, I've said so many prayers about. I've looked at so many trail cam pictures of them, hundreds and hundreds of pictures of them over the past 2 years, so it's a strange feeling almost to actually see him in person, let alone be behind him. An amazing feeling. It's the third time that I laid eyes on him in person. I jumped him one time up last year, but he was just a mainframe 8, probably not topping 130, and then he put on quite a few inches, as you can tell. He grew this point right here, made him a 9, and pretty much put some more mass on. These brow tines are just phenomenal, and
We'll
it's
turn off the
definitely
cameras and take in the moment.
the most history I've ever had with a whitetail. Like I said, I'd wish to got him down with the bow, just because I bow hunted him so many times, you know, for the last 2 years. All late season last year I grinded for him, and today that just shows you the difference between bow hunting and rifle hunting. This is the first day I take the rifle, and I'm laying behind Thickley here. So it's a crazy feeling. I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless. Well guys, it's the next morning, and we brought Thickley back out here to pay him some respect, take some better pictures and some videos for you guys. It's the most history I've ever had with whitetail deer. I've pretty much been hunting my whole life. I started out rifle hunting when I was younger, and then around the age of 12 I got introduced to bow hunting by my dad, and kind of stepped away from the rifle part of it just because you get that, you know, a whole lot better feeling when you're bow hunting. But I'd said prior that I'd be more than happy to break my 7-year streak of just archery hunting only to finally put Thickley on the ground. It's a 2-year story with him. I hunted him hard late season last year for this specific deer, and this tine wasn't here last year. He was just a mainframe 8, probably around 130 class. We guessed him to be around 4.5 last year, and we think he's 5.5 now just because he's so mature and his body's so big. But put a lot of hours and a lot of work and making the food plot for him and sitting in that blind. You know, I'd said to the camera that self-filming in that blind is pretty boring, because this farm doesn't have very many deer, but the quality of deer it has is usually pretty high. You usually have a nice buck off of it every year. You just gotta grind and commit to it. So I couldn't be more happy and blessed to finally get him on the ground. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and the story of THICKLEY. And if you guys don't mind, leave a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.